And for funsies, this is me as a baby.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh. That's correct. Okay, so you've beaten the moon, you've beaten the moon, you've beaten the moon, you've beaten the moon.
Okay.
You have not beaten the moon.
Tyler.
Yes.
This is my mom and dad on their first date.
You have not beaten the moon. Okay. I hate you, so you're gonna stay for last. That's some good horse. He just looks so, like, about everything.
Huh? These are me as babies.
Plural?
Babu. Yeah, because it's two
Okay.
pictures.
The like slightly older one is the most 90s image that I've ever seen.
Right?
Like the older looking one, like, is crazy. Yeah. The small one, however,
with the blocks.
Yeah, the small one, however, I will say your mouth is like too big for your head.
It is. It's way too big for my face.
Like, with all respect due, it's like that's like a big mouth on a tiny child.
Okay, so here's the picture of my dad with an AK and me with a Glock.
Oh god, that made me laugh in such a way I turned into my dad. Holy shit, because that's how my dad used to laugh. Why do you look like a fucking gangsta rapper wannabe?
We were trying to be cool.
It's like the lamest picture.
Right? It's so bad.
It is what I would consider quintessentially like mid-2000s American. Like that's the kind of post that people would turn into like. I love how you deleted them.
I'm deleting all of them.
No, I can't look at them and make fun of them anymore. I should have screenshotted them while I had the chance.
No.
Why?
Don't make fun of me.
Listen, you're gonna inherit a photograph of me sitting naked on the floor as a child. And in that image, I am milk white because of how pale I was as a child. And I've got, like, the flash thing, because, like, you know how some people get, like, the flash thing when you flash their eyes and they go red?
Yeah.
So, I was one of those kids where if I got flashed by the fucking camera flash, my eyes would go red. So there was a photo of me with my, at the time, very dark hair because it was the middle of, like, winter, sitting naked on the floor, milk white with red eyes, and it's, like, the most damning he was a vampire reference. Like, it is the most embarrassing photo that my mom has of me, by far. We all ran around naked. Every child runs around naked. We can't hold that against any children. Children love to run around naked. It's also easier.
I'm an adult woman, and I like to run around naked.
I mean, there are nudists for a reason, man. Some of us like wearing clothes, and some of us don't.
Like, I like wearing clothes outside, but, like, if I'm in my own home, I'm naked 93% of the time.
Again, nudists are a thing. That, however, was a trend in the 90s. When we were growing up, nudists were just, like, a thing where it was like, you can't go over to Jeremy's house because his parents are naturalists. And it's like, alright. As soon as the nappy comes off, we're like, I'm free. Because that shit sucks to wear, man. Children don't know what they need is also true. Like, objectively. I mean, sometimes they might have an idea of what they need, though. Because, like, one of the most damaging things for the first couple of years of my life when I was, when I was growing up was the fact that, like, my dad treated me with, like, respect as a child and was like, oh, that's what you think about XYZ? Okay, well, that's actually, like, not true. This is what, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I would ask him info, and if he didn't know, he would just be like, I don't know, unfortunately, you're gonna have to kind of, like, look into that yourself. And, like, he treated me like a person, like a functioning person. But, like, my mom treated me like this, like, fucking, like, genius child who was too stupid. Because she was like, oh, but you're really smart, you're good at doing all of these things, like, you should be able to succeed at XYZ. And it's like, that's not how that shit works, man. Like, my, you know, to appropriate the terms of the autistic community, my special interest as a child was, like, fucking reading books that were too advanced for me and reading about ancient mythologies and histories. Like, that's not gonna lead to me being good at math, lady. Like, these are two separate fields. And so it was always just, like, really heavy-handed, like, why aren't you doing better at XYZ? You should be able to do XYZ. Versus my dad, who was just like, hey man, not everybody's good at everything, you know? And whenever I'd be like, hey, dad tries to parent like this, maybe sometimes you could try to, and she'd be like, fuck that, no. I'm not your dad. And it's like, fair, but at the same time, like, it seems to be working. I saw the little night thing, I just didn't deign to comment, because I don't comment on things a lot, because I forget. Ever gotten better at math? No, actually. Math is my weakest skill. I am extremely bad at math. Like, even fundamental basic mathematics. I am absolutely terrible at them. But you know what the beautiful thing is about society? We have created apertures through which we can stare and see ways to improve our mathematic ability, even if not permanently. Calculators, abacuses, fucking writing it down on paper. Like, we have the means, I just can't do it in my head, man. It's just not my skill set. That's just how life is, you know? Sometimes you're good at something, sometimes you're not good at other things. Damn, I'm not getting anything here. It's giving me nothing. Fuck, man, really? Alright. But I mean, my mom also made me write with my right hand instead of my left hand, because my dad was left-handed and his printing was ass. And she was like, well, if he learns how to write right-handed, then he'll learn how to write, like, properly. And, you know, be able to... to write better like I do, in, like, a legible fashion. And then I wrote with my right hand, and it read like ass, because I write like my dad did. So... all it did was make me ambidextrously bad at writing. I would still say I'm better with my right hand now, but it's not good. Arguably why it's best for me to just always use a computer. The really funny thing was, when I was growing up, they were like, you know, we'll provide him with, like, a little computer thing. But, like, I didn't know how to type at the time because I was a child, and we didn't grow up with that as a skill, right? So we had to learn. And the way that I learned how to, communicate with people online was by playing games like World of Warcraft and like MapleStory, and having to communicate in text chat. I really wish that that gave me anything else to level up there. That would have been nice. Jesus. We're not really doing the damage that I would like, but, you know. We're skating along. Rachel went quiet, oh no. I mean, Rachel might be getting ready for bed. It is like 12 o'clock. Or she's just gotten preoccupied, one of the two. At Rachel, can I see haunts? Said Pasta.
Did I tell you I bought... I'm back. Did I tell
Welcome
you
back.
I bought dresses today?
You did. Pasta wants to know if you can see the horse.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Don't say all this talk about Big Red, she's fired up. We don't need white woman horse commentary here. You can just go on Twitter for that. I don't mean it like that. I was watching somebody's video recently, and it did just have like a random cutaway gag being like white women and then just like a zoom in on a dog, and I was like, no.
So I got... There's so much crushed velvet, which is currently my new obsession. It's a fabric. If
Yes.
You don't know. And I got a green one, which is great for Christmas. And then I got like a cute, like kind of flowy one, which is great for any time because it's black and it's beautiful. And then I got the same from the same brand, the same size, the same dress, but instead of long sleeves, it's short sleeves. I got it. Because all of the dresses all together were like $15 total. So I was like, hell yeah. There was one dress I was in love with, but my butt was too big. And I was sad about it. Because it was white and black checkerboard, and it was vintage, and it had shoulder pads, which I was like fucking here for. And the buttons were little daisy petals, and I was like, I want this dress to fit me so bad. And then it didn't, and I wanted to cry. Because do you want to know who would have rocked that daisy dress? Me.
You and your old women clothing.
So, listen, whenever someone's grandma dies and that grandma's fat, I get excited. That's how I got that, like, weird collared dress. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like,
the fucking Wednesday one.
Yeah, someone's fat nan died, and I was like, listen,
Someone's fat nan is so good. Like,
my deepest condolences that you lost a family member, but I gained a new favorite dress. So with all due respect, go fuck yourself. Thank you for donating her clothing.
with all due respect, go fuck yourself.
And I got told by a beautiful lesbian couple today, one, that I looked great, and I was like, thank you. Two, but did you know that a new store opened up in the city, and it's all vintage, retro, plus-size clothing? And I was like, say no more. Where is this place? And they told me, and I was like, first off, that's not a great area for it to be at, but that's fine. I'll have Gwen drive. And I was like, you don't say. Plus size vintage clothing, and it's thrifted, so it's like, I don't feel like I'm feeding too much into capitalism.
I don't feel like I'm feeding too much into capitalism.
If I can find the name of it.
I've never been as lucky as the time I went to the thrift store, like, fucking, like a decade ago now, when I was in college. And they had some fucking giant of a man's, coat that still fits me even now, despite how fat I've gotten. And I'm like, this is still loose and baggy on me now. How big was this fucker? Like somebody's genuinely massive grandfather died. And I managed to get that coat. Okay, problems. Please stop shooting me, it hurts. Have a World War II German motorcycle trench coat, 6'2", and it's still huge on you. You found the one guy in, like, the Nazi High Command's jacket that was actually, like, a fucking Ubermensch. Like, you found the one guy who was actually what they were trying to be. And you stole his jacket. Like, average German at the time being like 5'8", looking at this guy and being like, what the fuck, dude? Some sort of Aryan Superman.
Yeah, I need to go here, because I'm looking at their Instagram, and they have so many cute things. And they go all the way up to 6X.
I can't believe that we survived that. Holy shit. Words I probably shouldn't have said in a recording, because now I'm gonna get all my recommendations fucking filtered to a Nick Fuentes type. I rocked that shit. Didn't we all have a goth phase? Some of us never left it. I didn't really have a goth phase, I just have always worn all black ever since I was like 12. Rachel's like the one that's like forcing me to wear more clothing that isn't just black. It is very funny that you were like, let me add on boots that make me even taller. Okay, so do we have enough guys now to do something here? What's going on? This is very pretty. Am I gonna sacrifice these souls to Ballbylon? Like, what's going on?
What part of Rochester is this at?
This is super pretty.
Oh.
Oh!
I hate that this place looks amazing, but it's in perhaps one of the shittiest parts of the city. And there's only a parking space.
Have we become Luna? I think we've hit Luna territory, yeah. Oh, is the tower coming back? I'm shocked you didn't need to 100% this. Yeah, we've hit credits, okay. We went full Lunacid at the end there. Wow, director, designer, programmer, and sound designer are the same guy.
Oh my god.
Yeah? What's up?
There's a place in Rochester and it's called Butterjoy Bakery.
Yeah?
The mascot is a pig in a little French maid outfit. They like specialize in like croissant and like French. Oh. I'm figuring out so many things about Rochester just because of TikTok. Thank you, TikTok.
Singular good use.
This is fucker open. Oh, you're only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
How are they making enough money?
Probably they're not.
You know what that sounds like?
A mob?
Yeah, it sounds like a front. That noise Rachel just made is literally this face. It is, yeah.
What face?
It's an emote that's used on Twitch. It's a guy going like, oh.
Oh.
I don't know why it surprises me that this was localized into Japanese, but it does. Dude, if it weren't for the fact that I'd have to live in, like, Toronto or, like, Montreal or something, I would love to be, like, a QA person. I know that Wooly said how miserable it is, but, like, honestly, it sounds great. Like, I can spend 12 hours playing a miserable fucking shit piece of garbage game, and then walk out of there and be like, yeah, I found like 14 bugs. I could do that. I would be content. Especially if it's shitty. Like, for real. The worst part, though, would be being under, like an NDA and not being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, man, it would suck coming home and being, like, on stream, being like, I've played this fucking ass game that sucks shit, and I can't tell you anything about it. I had that happen once. There was one game that I played, where I played it before it had its embargo lifted years ago, and I just straight did not upload the video. Good evening, Noid. Got here just in time for credits. You did. It was a very beautiful ending sequence. We'll probably go back in and do like one or two more afterwards. We're just giving the credits the roll. I don't usually roll credits, but I figured this one wouldn't be too bad. If it was going to be like a 20-minute credit sequence, like we were fucking doing a Dragon Age or something like that, we'd be skipping that. How's it going, Brack? Probably a secret boss or something if you 100% it. I have full intention on trying to get this as close to 100% as possible. But I'm like, please don't make it be like everything needs to be max level. Please, for the love of God. Because like some of the things said like can be upgraded infinitely and I'm like, I don't know how that would work. I'm a little surprised that when we get out, it doesn't just bring the town with us. You've unlocked New Game Plus, you can continue upgrading your elevator to unlock more difficult variants of each level. It does just keep going. There we go. We know. Now we know. Now we know. We still can't get the relic collector thing, man.
It's the return of my car horn not working.
Oh, yeah?
Whenever it gets too cold, my car horn doesn't work. And because it got very cold very fast, my car horn's just like, if you need to honk your horn, you're gonna die. Won't work. Oh. Love it.
Love it, want more of it.
Get a Kia Soul. Get a Kia Soul, everybody. The best cars ever invented.
I mean, everybody's probably got some sort of vehicular troubles, right?
I don't know, I feel like the engine needing to be replaced and a horn and the fact that like they don't really know why my car shakes when it's in neutral and I have the heater, like the AC going. They don't know. They're like, it's not causing any problems. And I'm like, alright. So, you know. I'm kind of just hoping at some point.
That sucks.
I'm kind of just hoping at some point, like, a deer's gonna run into the side of it, or someone's gonna hit it. And everyone's gonna come out completely fine and healthy, but I get a new car. Kind of the hope.
It's fair enough, I suppose.
I would like to state that the accidents would not be my fault.
Brack, when you say, like, forever grind, do you mean that it's, like, always going to just have, like, a higher level that continues on indefinitely, or? These are the questions. I'm personally just loving how many combinations there are for everything. Don't know the answer, but I think it keeps going to my knowledge. Jesus. Alright. Yeah, Rachel, I've been dealing with, like, my mom being like, my car is slowly dying ad infinitum, so... Vehicle trouble be on the rise for everybody.
Yeah, well, your mom can start working full-time fucking hours if she wants a goddamn brand new fucking car.
Oh, she's sitting there looking at me and going like, I expect to be fully retired by next year.
Well, bitch, suck my balls, because that's not gonna fucking happen.
And I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. Don't say bitch bag. Not because I don't want you to say this to her, but because, like, it implies NoidBag affiliation with the term bitch.
But like just the way that she treats you like a bank really pisses me off.
The thing is, she doesn't, but she does occasionally, where it's like, normally speaking, like, I've been able to live here very comfortably and accrue a large sum of money, but as a result of that, she's just like, well, you got money, so, like, help me out with this thing. And I'm like, okay, but then, like, 95%, like, when I try to, she's like, no, I can do this myself, right? Like, if I try to assist with, like, groceries or this or that, she'll be like, no. But then, like, her car will have, like, the speakers not work, and she'll be like, you can pay for it. I'm like, for that?
No.
Not for the day-to-day necessities, but for that? Very weird. Only wants you to pay for the expensive stuff. I mean, kind of.
Annoying. Just like the house situation, that pisses me off too. Whatever.
Like, I don't blame her for being like, I want to retire, but it's like, I live in a existence where I assume that I will never be able to. Like, I just assume that the social security systems that are in place in Canada and the US will collapse at some point due to poor management and negligence within the next 20 to 30 years. So, like, maybe I'm being too pessimistic, but I have little hope for people. Same here, I'm gubbed. Like, again, maybe we're being too negative, but, you know, I'd prefer to think too negatively than be let down. Okay. Dark Orb, Dark Orb. Let's go. Get a fusion. Let's go. Evolution. Whatever. Same difference at the end of the day. You still seem to think society as we understand it is still standing, and by the time that we would reach that age, you're so more optimistic than me. Yeah, it's like, my mom has this thing where she's like, well, you know, in the future you're gonna have like a house, and you're gonna have like money in the bank for savings, and like you're gonna have this and that and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but like year over year inflation is gonna reduce the amount of money that I have in the bank's value, and like statistically speaking, housing prices fluctuate and are never static. They don't just always go up. Like, sure, in Canada it's looked like it's always gone up, and that's because of the fact that our housing situation is a fucking nightmare. But it's like everybody's treating everything like it's investments. Nobody's actually looking at things from a point of, like, societal improvement. I'm the housewife, the missus is the breadwinner. I'm satisfied because I don't have to deal with people. Hey, I mean, I get that. If Rachel was, like, breadwinner and was pulling in, like, enough money for us to live off of, and I was stuck being, like, a house husband, like, you bet I would be doing whatever the hell Rachel came home and was like, hey, can you do this? Because, like, I respect that. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, I don't blame my parents for their fighting. Because, like, yeah, my dad did, like, shit all around the house other than parent. And he was a good parent, but, like, he wasn't cleaning most of the time. He was barely looking after anything. Other than me, he looked after the dogs. So it's like, yeah, no shit that him and my mom were fighting. But also, like, my mom, just as evidenced by how annoyed Rachel is about her, like, you know, she does just also kind of suck. I'm the buff house husbando in Fullmetal Alchemist. Yeah, like, that's a good life to have. I'm wondering if we get all the knives, if we can combine them into some sort of super knife. We're still shy a knife, though. Knives out? True, you should get your knives out. Honestly, jobs give me more stress than the people involved in them, but the people involved in them also fucking suck. Like, I liked my previous job, but I liked it for, like, when we were a smaller company. When we became, like, a multinational company, that shit sucked ass. And a lot of it became the people. But the job was always stressful. Like, I don't think I've ever done a job where there wasn't, like, a little stress. Dang, okay, that's pretty good. I'm not getting that last knife, am I? Really doesn't feel like it anyway. I'm so glad we managed to get that, though. That's very nice. Sorry, I thought you meant Misty had literal knives. My bad. I mean, I think we all own knives. I do own some swords, too. I would like to own more weapons. I'm a big bladed weapon guy. But I also do enjoy a good bludgeoning weapon. A good stabbing weapon, you know? Like, if somebody could get me, like a stiletto or a misericord, I'd be pretty happy with that. I could go for a Becta Corban as well. It hits everything. It hits everything on the list, you know? It's perfect. You've got the bludgeoning end, you've got the pokey end. You could maybe do a little bit of slashing with the pokey bits, right? It's not like meant for it, but maybe you could do it if you hit them the right way. It's got range to it, it's not particularly heavy. It can pierce armor. It can go through mail. Oh, we got the last knife. Let's go, dude. We're not going to be able to level it, but we got the final knife. We're now doing damage from every direction. Let's go. I would have loved that over the corset ages ago. Can it go through female? True. You gotta penetrate the female. You know what's like a terrible, terrible fetish that I've learned about? All the way through. Just not for me, you know? Just learned about it recently. Not like super recently, but like it wasn't something that I was like extremely aware of. I don't think we're gonna get a swirl here, but if we do, we might be able to see if there's actually a fusion for this. Sounds horrid. Oh, well, it's actually just gonna die. Never mind. Okay, sure, man. Whatever you say. I suppose being in the pony fandom and adjacent the furry one. Yeah, I mean, you would see that more than I would. But, like, I've seen it. I don't care for it. Oh, we can do it. We can build it. It can exist. No more buildings to build, man. No more buildings to build. Bountiful harvest. Passives will all start at level 2. Aces. Was not expecting to hear Noid moan today. That wasn't really a real moan. It was like an exaggerated sound. You gotta really work for it if you want a proper moan. You know? Not a very vocal gentleman. Let's just put it that way. We'll work on optimizing this shit later. So you've done everything now. You haven't done them yet. And you haven't done them yet. Okay. We're just systemically going down the list and cleaning up. That's what we're doing. I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay, it's heavenly, it's heavenly, it's heavenly, it's heavenly, it's heavenly. Heading out, time to sleep. That's probably fair. Get a good sleep. I think this will probably be the last one, maybe. I was not thinking of streaming too late today. I can't get into Flashkit stuff anymore, man. That stuff has just left me. It's like, it was funny, like, 12 years ago, and it's perpetually stuck 12 years ago. Which means that it's great for, like, 14-year-olds who find out about Warhammer. But, like, at this point, I've moved on. Also, everybody's found out about Snickle recently. And now they're all just being really sad about this one git that died. It's very cute in its own way. You know? Space King stuff is like the weirdest, because it's like, wow, some people are really just stuck back there, huh? Like, there are people that watch the Space King shit and are like, this is how Warhammer should be, and I'm like, squinting, I'm like, I think you're missing the jokes, actually. I have to say, like, the Flashkits continuing to hate the furry community thing feels like that post where it's like, Japanese soldier found still fighting after 20 years. It's just like, I'm impressed that they're so dedicated to the bit. You know? Like, they will never let that go. It will always be part of their experience. They've been Rambo'd. Rambo's really depressing, man. It's like, you watch, like, the first Rambo movie, and you're like, wow, there's a lot of heart to this. And then you watch, like, every Rambo afterwards, and you're like, Stallone, what the fuck, man? And it's the same problem with Rocky. Like, Rocky has the exact same arc as like, Rambo. And ironically, Rocky got good again when it stopped being about Rocky. And then it got bad again. Dude, the happy birthday thing with the robot is maybe, like, unironically one of the funniest things I've ever seen in cinema. It's really funny. It's so incongruous to the rest of the series. Like, it's just, like, it's pure, like, you know, old filmmaking schmaltzy garbage. It's so stupid in every possible way. That said, I do know many people that would have loved to have that robot. I actually had, like, a remote-controlled robot as a child growing up, so I get the appeal. I know where people are at with that thing, you know? Remind me a little bit of the robot from Lost in Space. Yeah. Dude, there's been so many remakes and reimaginings of Lost in Space, it's kind of crazy. Like, it's a little wild. Like, the fact that there's anything that has that title attached to Matt LeBlanc is crazy. You brought up the Matt LeBlanc one! The metal helmet is actually, like, incredible, like, filmmaking technique, though. Like he does not deserve to be associated to that franchise, not because he isn't a good actor, but because it's just, like, at the time, he was, like, fresh on the Friends wagon, and it's like, this dude's cashing in on that name for roles, right? But that helmet singularly is one of the coolest things in a movie like that. It's incredible. The way that they had to do that piece by piece to, like, hand animate it. We're gonna die so hard here. Who gave Joey a gun? Yeah. It is a shame that he got stuck being Joey forever. Because, like, he is a good actor, but you gotta find the right roles for him, you know? And, like, them being like, let's bring him back and just, like, make him Joey again was like, eh. I've seen that he's been in a couple of other things, though, but it never took off, you know? Could have played the Marine dude really well in that film, to be honest. He could have done action well. Yeah, I think that, like, if they got him... here's the thing. I know it's, like... I'm not a huge Friends guy, right? But, like, him and fucking Matthew Perry... or whatever the fuck. Like, they were good. Like, they could have been in something else. Like, put them up as, like, brothers in something, make them friends in something else, and just let them continue to riff on each other, you know? It would have been fine. Maybe it could have also kept Matthew Perry alive longer, because somebody would have been preventing him from doing drugs in a hot tub alone. You know? Would have been smart money play, to be honest. Yeah, especially right now. Like, aging actors right now, like, getting love is a huge thing. Like, fucking Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai should not have been good at all. And Cobra Kai ended up being like a solid B+ for most of its show. Like, there's some really stupid parts of Cobra Kai, but like, the people that criticize it by being like, this is dumb, why does everything get solved by fucking karate? It's like, because it's the Karate Kid universe. Like, it's what if you brought like an 80s action movie to the future, right? Like, like, I think that's one thing we don't have in a lot of action movies anymore, is like, there's not a lot of action movies that exist in a world where, like, going to school is combat, and living your daily life, you will be accosted by a gang of people who have themed their entire life around a hobby. You know what I mean? Like The Warriors. The Warriors is so stupid. Like, conceptually. But I love it. I love it so much. Like, the Karate Kid is a world where you can beat up your bullies by using karate. And that's gonna get you places. And, like, Cobra Kai is transplanting that world into our current timeline. Like, what if you have cell phones, and what if you have the internet, and what if Daniel LaRusso made it big, and used that to become this figure in the valley, right? Like, it's a fun idea. And, like, if you just took, like, Matthew Perry and Matt LeBlanc, and you made a buddy comedy out of it, aces. It would do great. People would love it. Slash says, never let your pros do drugs alone. True. You shouldn't. Oof. Alf. Oop. 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 We're getting hurt here. Give me Satan back. We need Satan. Fuck yeah, Satan. Let's go. Satan will help me kill the owl god. I'm trying to make, like, one of every mouth thing. But I don't think it's gonna be possible. Dude, I love Solomon Kane. It's not, like, the best adaptation of that, but it's a really fun movie. A lot of bad movies that are, like, good was kind of, like, the crux of the late 90s, early 2000s into the early bit of the late 2000s, you know? Like, you have, like, Solomon Kane, you've got fucking, you know, Helsing, Van Helsing, with fucking Hugh Jackman in it. You've got fucking Blade with Wesley Snipes, all three of those Blade movies. Blade 1 and Blade 2, genuinely great. Blade 3, pretty terrible, but, like, really fun. Yeah, you've got the Underworld franchise. Like, the entire Underworld series is just the definition of, like, progressively worse, but, like, still pretty fun. You've got the Resident Evil adaptations, where, like, they're pretty bad movies as adaptations, but they're decently fun to watch, you know? I think a lot of that stuff owes its, like, existence to The Mummy. I feel like we tried to bring back adventure films and people just kind of don't like them anymore. And I think a lot of that is because they're made worse nowadays. Like, did you ever see The Rock in that fucking Disney adventure movie that was based on the ride a couple of years ago? And I say a couple, but it was probably like 10 years ago. I don't remember how long ago that movie came out because I didn't watch enough of it. But like what I did watch, I was like, this is pretty bad, honestly. Like, one, The Rock is in it. Two, like Jumanji. No, it was like Jungle Cruise, the movie. Complete every level with the warrior and with what's his face with the repentant. Nice, we're good. That's 2 more down. Return to base. It's like Jungle Cruise, right? It's something like that. Yeah, Jungle Cruise. It was, like, actually, like, a long time ago. It was 2021. It wasn't 10 years ago, but... Like, it's not a fun movie. And, like, all the costumes just look like costumes. But, like, not in a fun way. You know, like it's too clean. It's not dirty and grimy and weird enough. It's like it tried to be The Mummy, but it wasn't as good as The Mummy, and nothing is as good as The Mummy, so just watch The Mummy. Just continue to watch The Mummy. Always watch The Mummy. That's my lesson. Always watch the critically acclaimed film The Mummy. But I'm a huge mark for The Mummy, so, you know. Wow, that did not nearly do that as much as I had hoped. Can I watch the Mummy reboot that had no sound effects in the trailer? I would love to watch that entire movie, but the sound effects are fucked up. Because I watched that movie, and it was so forgettable, man. Do you think Brendan Fraser back in the day could have played a great Leon S. Kennedy? I don't think he could play... Here's my hot take. I think that Brendan Fraser, when he was young, could have played Leon in the original Resident Evil if it was adapted. Because the original... Well, not the original Resident Evil, but like the old Resident Evils, like 1 and 2, right? Like, I think that they were goofy enough and weird enough and silly enough that getting him in there for like an RE movie spin-off could work. But I don't think that he has the seriousness for Resident Evil 4. Because, like, 4 is still goofy and still silly and has, like, the quips and the one-offs. But it's still, like, way darker. And I don't know if he's the right guy for that movie. But I don't know who would be. And he also would have been, like... By the time that movie would have come out, it would have been, like, 2008. And he would have been, like, out of shape and dealing with, like, health problems. So it wouldn't have been a good fit anyway, right? The real question is, who could do it now? Because I really don't know a good actor that could be Leon anymore. Like, I saw a couple of people that were getting picked to be actors for a couple of things recently, and I was like, damn, some of these are good picks. And then I saw some of them, and I was like, whoa, for some of the others.